And I know there's been some issues about the message of this rally. I know that we've been talking about the language of the rally cry, whether we've got kids trapped or locked in low-performing or failing schools. For too long, we've been fighting over the sound bites, and we've lost sight of the goals by arguing about how to describe the issues and challenges around education. The facts are, at the end of the day, there are 40,000 kids in this state that are not receiving the best education that our money and tax dollars can provide. However we describe those facts, those are the facts. And I'm here and you're here early on this rainy morning because you care about providing more equity in education for all of our kids. You're not just here for your kids or for your grandkids, but you're here for kids that you don't even know and some that you'll never meet. You're here because you want all of our schools in Connecticut to be schools where parents are proud to walk their kids into every day. We're here because we know that we can do better as a state. We're here because we know Connecticut is not investing in the future of our children fairly as it ought to. And we're here to fight the fight for education for all of our kids. We are not here to fight over where we call them low-performing schools or failing schools. The truth is, if you see a low-performing school in your community, it is not just a failing school. It's not just a failing teacher. It's a failing educational system in America. It's a failing economic system in America that keeps people trapped in poverty all over this country. If you see a failing school, you better realize that it is a city that has failed that school. It is a state that has failed this school, and a state that won't or cannot meet the higher educational standards of a world-class education is a state that is failing its students, and their students will always be behind, and the state will be behind in industry and in job creation. We are part of a country that has to do better and invest more into public education. We live in a state that spends more money on incarcerating inmates than it does educating kids in every school. And we don't have time to point fingers at each other. The truth is, it is the responsibility of every student, every parent, every teacher, every principal, every superintendent, every politician, from a local alderperson all the way to the governor and every state legislator. We have got to reform, we've got to change, we've got to support, we've got to invest, we've got to lift the expectation of all public education. And if we don't do it, then we need to stop telling our children to dream bold dreams. We need to stop telling them to set high standards and high goals for themselves, because we cannot tell them to dream and to vision a better life if we deny them the proper education and tools to acquire that dream and that goal. As long as we've got kids graduating high school, reading at 7th and 8th grade levels, then we've got work to do, and we cannot stop. Booker T. Washington said, if you cannot read, it'll be hard to realize your dream.